Hey guys, welcome back to another Hardcore Nuzlocke. I'm Pokemon Surfer, and this time I'm gonna attempt a Hardcore Nuzlocke in Pokemon Emerald with only Ice types. Yep, you heard me right. Everybody's least favorite type, Ice types. A lot of people think Ice types are one of the worst types of this game, and I understand why. Number 1, they are not easily available. Most of them are available very late in the game, so a lot of people never actually use them. Number 2, they are weak to 4 types. That's a lot. So the question is, can I beat Pokemon Emerald Hardcore Nuzlocke with these crappy icy Pokemon? Let's find out. Pokemon Emerald has only 2 ice type Pokemon in the game, and you can catch them only after beating the 6th gym. So that means you can't have an ice only run in Pokemon Emerald. Game over. Challenge failed. Thanks for watching. Bye. No. I'm kidding. This is a great opportunity to use the Universal Randomizer and randomize all wild Pokemon encounters in the game. Randomizer makes everything fun. I could encounter a wild level 3 Charizard on Route 101, or I could encounter a wild level 5 Totodile on Route 103. Who knows? Everything is random. If I'm lucky, I may encounter an ice type Pokemon early on in the game. If my luck is as rotten as Lee Kwang-soo, I may not encounter any ice type Pokemon in the game. Since I don't want this challenge to be absolutely impossible, I will begin with an ice type starter. But don't worry, I'll make sure it's the crappiest one. Now that all wild encounters are randomized, we can catch these ice type Pokemon in the game. Let's hope we encounter all of them. Here are the rules. I can only catch the first ice type Pokemon in each area. If a Pokemon faints, it dies. No items allowed during gym battles. No overleveling past the gym leader's ace. The game must be played on set mode. For detailed rules, check out the description below this video. Let's dive in! I am Gray, the best ice mage of Fairy Tail. I chose the Kiss Pokemon Smoochum as my starter and named her Girlfriend. Then I confidently challenged May. Girlfriend used Pound? Torchic attacked with a scratch and it hit a crit. Oh no. I used Lick and tried to paralyze Torchic, but it didn't work. Torchic kept attacking with Scratch and Girlfriend fainted. Well, that's the end of attempt 1. In my second attempt, I leveled up Girlfriend to level 8. This time, I was able to beat May barely. I got some Pokeballs and headed to Route 101 for my first Pokemon encounter. And luckily, my first encounter was an Ice-type Pokemon, Cloyster. Whoa, what are the odds? I threw a Pokeball, caught it, and named her Pearl. Then I headed to Route 103 for my second encounter. Here's where things got a little trickier. This route did not have any Ice-type Pokemon, but I did not know that. So I just kept running around like Roadrunner until I encountered every single Pokemon on this route. Once I stopped getting any unique encounters, I moved on to the next route and repeated the whole process again. It seemed like I used up all of my luck in the beginning of this game. I had reached Duskboro City and had not encountered any new Ice-type Pokemon. This means I would have to challenge Roxanne with the Smoochum and the Cloyster. Ice types are weak to rock type moves, and though Cloyster is a dual water and ice type, it did not know any water type moves yet. So this was gonna be a tricky battle. I chose Pearl and began with Withdraw to increase my defense. Geodude attacked with Rock Tomb, but it luckily missed. I used one more Withdraw. Geodude used one more Rock Tomb, but it did not deal much damage in spite of being super effective. On the next turn, I attacked with a super effective Aurora Beam and knocked out Geodude. Roxanne sent out a second Geodude. Pearl attacked with one more Aurora Beam, it hit a crit, and she fainted. Roxanne sent out a toughest Pokemon, Nosepass. I attacked with one more Aurora Beam. It reduced Nosepass's attack. Yes. I mean, That's what I planned all along. Nosepass attacked with a rock too, but it hardly did anything. I spammed Nosepass with more Aurora Beams. Nosepass tried to stay in the game by eating a berry and using a potion, but Pearl's Aurora Beam hit a crit and Nosepass fainted. I won my first gym badge. In Dewford Town, I fished a Kakuna. I love the randomizer. In the Granite Cave, I had my second ice type encounter, Walrein. I named him Leon, cause she is the lion of the sea. While leveling up for the next gym battle, I encountered a Piloswine. I really wanted to catch it. A ground type addition would be great for the team, but I had already caught a Walrein here. So, goodbye, Piloswine. Those are rules. My next gym battle was with the fighting guy, Brawly. Ice type Pokemon are weak to fighting type moves, but Brawly sucks big time, so I wasn't worried. I chose Leon and attacked with Body Slam. It hit a crit and Machop fainted. Leon attacked Meditite with a couple of Body Slams and knocked him out. Up next was Brawly's ace, Makuhita. Leon attacked with a Body Slam. It paralyzed Makuhita, but Makuhita fought through the paralysis and used Bulk Up, which is good cause now I can use Encore. Encore forces your opponent to use the same move for 3 to 5 turns. While Makuhita was busy using Bulk Ups, I attacked him with Water Guns. Makuhita hung on with a Sliver and Brawly used a Super Potion. On the next turn, the effect of Encore ended. Oh no, a bulky Makuhita could attack me in the next turn. Nah, I'm messing with ya. He can't. I used Encore once again. Ha 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 ha. I attacked with a few more water guns and knocked out Makuhita. I won my second gym badge. In Flatewood City, a Team Aqua Grunt asked me out on a hot spring spa date.
Nope.
I reached Morville City and challenged the electric gym leader, Watson. This was gonna be a difficult battle. Leon and Pearl were weak to electric moves, and nobody had anything in their arsenal to take out the steel type Magneton. If only I had the ground type Piloswine on my team. After thinking for a while, I did come up with a plan to beat Watson, but it was a bit risky. If I win, I win. If I lose, it's a wipeout. Voltorb uses self-destruct. So I began with Pearl and quickly knocked him out with a couple of Aurora Beams. Up next was the harmless Electrike. I switched to Girlfriend and attacked with Sweet Kiss. She missed the first one but landed the second one. Electrike got confused. Then I switched to Leon. Electrike managed to use Howl in a state of confusion. I had the perfect chance to use Encore. While Electrike was busy howling, I attacked with Ice Ball. Ice Ball is a 5-turn move that increases its power in every turn. In other words, rollout, but for Ice type Pokemon. It's a great move, but it's not very accurate. The second Ice Ball knocked out Electrike. The third Ice Ball hit Manic Trick hard. And the fourth Ice Ball knocked out Manic Trick. Magneton was faster than Leon. He attacked with a Thunder Wave and paralyzed Leon. But Leon was holding a cherry berry. He ate it and healed himself. Then Leon attacked with the fifth Ice Ball. Please don't miss, please don't miss, please don't miss. And it didn't miss. I knocked out Magneton and won my third gym badge. Yay! In the fiery path, I encountered a Dugong. I didn't want to knock him out with another Body Slam, so I attacked with a not so effective Water Gun. But it hit a crit. Oh no. Somehow, Dugong held on with the tiniest sliver, and I was able to catch it. I named him Dewey. Then I challenged the Fire-type gym and battled Flannery. Leon attacked with Water Gun and Okod, Numel, Slugma, and Camrat. Torkoal survived Leon's Water Gun and used Sunny Day. I used Encore and forced Torkoal to keep using Sunny Day. Since Sunny Day halves the power of Water-type moves, I attacked with the body slam, but that barely did any damage. Flannery still had all her potions, so I attacked with Ice Ball. After the first Ice Ball, Torkoal used the Hyper Potion. Leon's second Ice Ball hit a crit, and third Ice Ball knocked out Torkoal. I won my fourth gym badge. Time to resolve some daddy issues and return to some town that I can't pronounce. On my way, girlfriend evolved into Jinx, our first and probably the only evolution of this challenge. Then I challenged the worst dad in the world, Norman. Norman's team was terrifying. Slaking is a beast, and Vigoroth and Linoon land a lot of crits. But I had the perfect Pokemon to beat them all, Cloyster. Pearl has insane defense and has the ability Shell Armor that prevents him from receiving a critical hit. Perfect antidote for Norman's team. I chose Leon and attacked with Ice Ball. Spinda used Teeter Dance and confused Leon. But Leon healed himself with a Persim Berry. Leon's second Ice Ball brought down Spinda's HP in the yellow, and Leon's third Ice Ball knocked out Spinda. Slaking attacked Leon with the Facade. Leon survived it and attacked with the fourth Ice Ball that brought down Slaking's HP in the yellow. This time, I wasn't worried about missing an Ice Ball, cause Slaking slacks off after every turn, thanks to his ability, Truant. As Slaking loafed around, Leon landed his fifth Ice Ball and knocked out Slaking. Norman sent out Vigoroth. I switched to Pearl. Vigoroth attacked with Facade, but it hardly did any damage. Pearl attacked with a couple of Aurora Beams and knocked out Vigoroth. 3 more Aurora Beams and Linoon also fainted. I won my 5th gym badge. Take that, father. For the next gym, I picked up TM Ice Beam from the abandoned ship. Then I challenged the flying type gym leader, Winona. This was the easiest gym battles of all. Pearl attacked with an Ice Beam and Oak could Swablu and Tropius. Pearl's first Ice Beam froze Pelipper, and her second Ice Beam knocked out Pelipper. Pearl attacked Skarmory with an Ice Beam, but Skarmory survived with the tiniest sliver and fought back with an Aerial Ace. Winona used a Hyper Potion. I attacked with Ice Beams again, but Skarmory survived with a sliver again, and Winona used a Hyper Potion again. Oh, this steel bird is so annoying. Pearl was running out of Ice Beam, so after one last Ice Beam, I switched to Dewey and attacked with a couple of Surfs. Skarmory finally fainted. Winona called out her ace, Altaria. Altaria attacked with a powerful Aerial Ace. Dewey fought back with a super effective Aurora Beam. On the next turn, Altaria danced like a dragon and wasted her turn. I attacked with one more Aurora Beam and knocked her out. I won my 6th gym badge. While hunting down Team Aqua in Mount Pyre, I encountered my long-lost friend, Pillowswine. I named him J-Park. This was unfortunately my last Ice-type encounter. I was disappointed as I did not encounter Lapras in this challenge. But 5 out of 9 encounters is not that bad. After a long trip to Moss Deep City, I challenged the Psychic-type gym leaders Tate and Liza. Double battles are flawed in Gen 3, and I took advantage of that in this battle. First, I attacked with an Ice Beam and knocked out Satu. Tate and Liza were forced to bring out Soul Rock. Claydol attacked with Earthquake. It hit a crit, but that's alright. Leon attacked with a super effective Surf and brought down Solrock's HP in the yellow. Solrock ate a citrus berry and restored his health. On the next turn, Pearl attacked with an Ice Beam and knocked out Claydol. Tate and Liza were forced to bring out Lunatone. Then, Leon attacked both Solrock and Lunatone with a super effective Surf. It hit a crit and Solrock fainted. On the next turn, I attacked with an Ice Beam and a Surf and knocked out a lonely Lunatone. And just like that, I won my 7th gym badge. At Pacific Lockdown, I acquired TM Return from the Pokemon fan club's chairman. Then I got in the middle of a stupid sibling spat. After resolving it, I challenged the water type gym in Sutopolis City. One has a strong water type team. They resisted most of my moves, and Kingdra is super bulky and super annoying. But worry not, cause Leon, the Snorlax of the sea, is here. At level 39, Wolverine learns two amazing moves, Rest and Snore. In Rest, the Pokemon sleeps for 2 turns and restores all its HP. In Snore, the Pokemon attacks in its sleep and inflicts damage. Perfect combination moves. I taught Return to Leon, gave him a Silk Scarf to increase the power of Return, and battled Juan. Love Disc attacked with a Water Pulse and confused Leon. Leon fought through the confusion and attacked with a powerful return that brought down Love Disc's HP to a sliver. Juan used a Hyper Potion, but Leon attacked with 2 more returns and knocked out Love Disc. Whiscash attacked with an Earthquake, but that barely did anything. Leon knocked him out with 1 more return. I attacked Celio with a couple of returns, but Celio survived with a sliver and attacked with a Body Slam. Since Leon's HP was in the yellow, I used Rest and restored my HP. Then I attacked with Snore and knocked out Celio. Juan sent out Crawdaunt. Since Leon was asleep, I attacked with 1 more Snore. Crawdaunt flinched. Lucky me. On the next turn, Leon woke up. I attacked with a couple of returns and knocked out Crawdaunt. Juan sent out his ace, Kingdra. I continued to attack with return, but after the second return, Kingdra used Rest and healed himself. Then he woke up by eating a Chesterberry. I soon realized that my return and rest combo wasn't going to work here. So when Kingdra used Rest again, I switched to Girlfriend and attacked with Fake Tears. Fake Tears reduces opponent's special defense by 2 stages. After 2 Fake Tears, Kingdra used Rest again. Awesome. I used 1 more Fake Tears and attacked with Confusion. Kingdra fainted, and I won my 8th gym badge. Time to challenge the Elite Four. The first battle was with the Dark type specialist, Sydney. There wasn't anything scary about her team. I just had to be careful of Absol and Crawdaunt's foot dance. I chose Pearl and attacked with Surf. Mighty Anna survived with a sliver every time, but he eventually went down to my 3rd Surf attack. I attacked with a super effective Ice Beam and O-Code Cat Turn. While Absol was busy stacking up sword stances, I attacked with a couple of Surfs and knocked him out. Then I attacked with 1 more super effective Ice Beam and knocked out Shift Ray. Sydney sent out her last Pokemon, Crawdaunt. I switched to Leon and knocked him out with a couple of returns. And just like that, I won my first battle. The next battle was with the Ghost type specialist, Phoebe. She said I wouldn't even be able to inflict damage to a Pokemon. Well, we'll see about that, Phoebe. I chose Pearl and attacked with an Ice Beam. Dusclops attacked with a Confuse Ray, but Pearl ate the Bersim Berry and snapped out of confusion. On the next turn, I attacked with Surf and knocked out Dusclops. Up next was Bayonet. I attacked with Surf and brought down her HP in the red. But Bayonet attacked with super effective Thunderbolt? What? Bayonet can do that? Thankfully, Pearl survived it. On the next turn, Phoebe used a full restore. Pearl kept attacking with Surf and knocked out Bayonet before she could use another Thunderbolt. Phoebe called out her second Dusclops. Pearl had lost a lot of HP, so I switched to Leon. During the switch, Dusclops attacked with a super effective Rock Slide. Leon fought back with a Surf. We kept exchanging Surf and Rock Slides. Leon seemed to be winning, but in the last moment, Dusclops' Rock Slide hit a crit and brought down Leon's HP to a sliver. I used Rest to restore my HP and patiently waited for Leon to wake up. While Leon was asleep, Dusclops kept attacking with Rock Slides, but Leon was fine. 2 turns later, Leon finally woke up. I attacked with Surf and knocked out Dusclops. Phoebe sent out a second Bayonet. I attacked with a few Surfs and knocked her out. Phoebe sent out her last Pokemon, Sableye. I switched to J-Park and attacked with Earthquakes. Sableye fainted on the second one, and I won my second battle. The next battle was with the Ice-type specialist, Glacia. Ice-type Pokemon resist Ice-type moves, so I had to battle Glacia with my return and rest combo. Things were fine in the beginning. I used my return, rest, and snore combo and knocked out Celio, Glalie, and one more Celio. But things started going south when Phoebe sent out a second Glalie. Since Leon was sleeping, I first attacked with a snore. When Leon woke up, I attacked with a surf and brought down Glalie's HP in the yellow. Glalie used a hyper potion and recovered all of her HP. And on the next turn, she used Explosion. Oh no! I had completely forgotten about that move. But that's alright. Leon has great defense. He will survive it, right? Screwed. I lost my strongest Pokemon in the worst possible way. Glacia's next Pokemon was a ace, Walrein, and my ace was dead. I chose Girlfriend and attacked with Psychic. Walrein attacked me with powerful Body Slam. After an intense exchange of Psychic and Body Slams, Girlfriend defeated Walrein, and I somehow won my third battle. The fourth battle was with the Dragon-type specialist, Drake. His Pokemon were weak to my entire team, so I was relaxed. I attacked with Ice Beams and knocked out Shelgon, Salamence, and Altaria in a single shot. Then Drake sent out Kingdra. My original plan was to switch to Leon and knock out Kingdra with returns. But now he's dead. So I attacked with Spike Cannon. That was a terrible idea. It barely dealt any damage. Kingdra used Dragon Dance and increased its attack and speed. Oh no. I attacked with an Ice Beam and it luckily froze Kingdra. Yes. I attacked with one more Ice Beam, but Kingdra hung on with a sliver and Drake used full restore. Kingdra unfreezed himself and restored all of his HP. I kept attacking with Ice Beams. Kingdra used one more Dragon Dance, and Drake once again used a full restore. Come on, you have one more Pokemon left, Drake. Save that potion for him. Don't play favorites like my mom. I repeated the whole Ice Beam and Dragon Dance charade once again. Just at this time, Drake ran out of potions, so Kingdra attacked me with a charged up Body Slam. Whoa. But Pearl survived it. I attacked with my last Ice Beam and ended the menace of Kingdra. Finally, Drake sent out his last Pokemon, Flygon. I switched to Dewey. Flygon attacked with a flamethrower, but thanks to Dewey's ability Thick Fat, it did nothing. Dewey endured an earthquake. Then I attacked with an Ice Beam and knocked out Flygon. I won my fourth battle. The next battle was a huge problem. Champion Wallace had a strong Water-type team who resisted all of my signature Ice and Water-type moves. Elefine is weak to Water-type moves, so he was practically useless. So all we have is a Cloyster, a Jinx, and a Dewgong. How the heck do I beat Wallace with that team? I thought for a while, but I couldn't come up with a plan to beat Wallace. I was gonna lose for sure. But you guys know me. I don't give up before putting up a fight. So I opened my TM case to think of a best way to lose. And there I saw TM41, Torment, silently calling out my name. A vicious idea popped in my head. And instead of playing to lose, I played to win. Wailord began with a Rain Dance. I began with Torment. Torment prevents your opponent from using the same move twice. On the next turn, I attacked with Surf. Wailord fought back with a powerful Double Edge. Since Wailord was subjected to Torment, he could either use a Blizzard or Water Spout on his next turn. Since it was already raining, Wailord had to attack with a supercharged Water Spout as it would deal more damage to Pearl. And that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted Wailord to use up all of his Water Spouts so that Girlfriend could safely begin the second phase of my plan. I used Protect and easily wasted Wailord's first two Water Spouts. But things got tricky when rain stopped. Cause now Wailord had three options: Rain Dance, Blizzard, and Water Spout. I expected Wailord to use a rain dance, so I attacked with a not so effective Ice Beam. But Wailord attacked me with Double Edge instead. Uh oh. Thankfully, I had a citrus berry and I recovered my HP. On the next turn, Wallace would probably use a potion, so I wasted my turn by using Torment again. On the next turn, I used Protect. Wailord used Water Spout. Yes. On the next turn, Wailord attacked me with Double Edge. So I used Protect on my next turn and wasted one more Water Spout. 4 gone, just one more to go. But the AI in Emerald is pretty smart. It probably figured out what I was up to. Or maybe it's because Pearl's HP was too low. But the AI just refused to use its last Water Spout. Pearl's third Protect failed. She got hit by a blizzard and fainted. I switched to Girlfriend and used Protect. Wailord used Rain Dance. Oh no. On the next turn, Wailord could either use his last Water Spout or he could attack with Double Edge. If he uses Water Spout, my plan would succeed. If he attacks with Double Edge, Girlfriend would probably faint. Her defense is terrible. Unsure of what Wailord would use, I used Protect again. Wailord wasted his last Water Spout. Yes, success. But we had a new problem on our hands. Wailord was going to use Double Edge on his next turn, and I can't use Protect anymore. So I switched to J Park and sacrificed him so that Girlfriend could get a clean switch. I called out Girlfriend and began phase 2 of my vicious plan, and that is Calm Mind. Calm Mind increases Girlfriend's special attack and special defense by 1 stage. I know what you're thinking. I went through all this just to stack up on Calm Minds? That's crazy. And I agree. But I did not really have any other option. Wallace's other Pokemon were stronger than Wailord, so I had to stack up Calm Minds while battling Wailord. This was my only chance at victory. So every time Wailord used Double Edge, I used Protect. And every time Wailord attacked with a not so effective Blizzard, I used Calm Mind. After stacking up 6 Calm Minds, Wailord ran out of PP and began to struggle and dealt quite a lot of damage. Holy shit, what the heck? I couldn't let Wailord struggle anymore, so I attacked with the Psychic and knocked him out. The rest of the battle was easy. Girlfriend outsped all of Wallace's Pokemon. She attacked with Psychic and echoed Tentacruel, Ludicolo, Whiscash, Gyarados, and Milotic. And I won the battle. Whoa, what a victory! I think this clearly proves that Ice-type Pokemon aren't trash. They are one of the few types that can beat dragons. And I love that almost every Ice-type Pokemon is a dual type. That makes them really versatile and strong. Do try this challenge, it's a lot of fun. Hey guys, if you enjoyed watching this video, then please hit like, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell notifications. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Until then, keep Pokemoning.